Russian President Vladimir Putin's visit to India came at a time when the world is undergoing massive geopolitical changes. This trip was far more strategic than ceremonial. To understand its real purpose, we must step back and look at the shifting global power balance. The changing economic systems and the evolving military partnerships across Asia are crucial. Russia, once at the center of the Cold War, now faces extensive Western sanctions due to ongoing international tensions. This has pushed Moscow to seek partners that can provide economic stability, technology collaboration, and trusted long term alliances. India, meanwhile, stands at a pivotal global position. It is one of the fastest growing economies and the world's largest democracy. India has maintained diplomatic independence for decades. Against this backdrop, Putin's arrival in New Delhi was not simply a state visit. It was a calculated message to the world that Russia is not isolated. Its relationships with major nations are still strong. During the meeting, the most significant outcome was the affirmation of national currency trade. India and Russia are shifting the bulk of their financial exchanges to the rupee and the ruble. This bypasses traditional global systems that rely heavily on the US dollar. This shift toward local currencies is more than an accounting preference. It represents a growing trend of nations seeking economic autonomy. This reduces vulnerability to unilateral sanctions. It builds parallel financial pathways that could reshape the global monetary structure over the next decade. In addition to currency reforms, the two nations discussed expanding their energy cooperation. India now imports a sizable portion of its oil requirements from Russia at discounted rates. It stands to benefit significantly, especially as energy prices fluctuate worldwide. For Russia, having a stable, long-term buyer helps counterbalance the markets it can no longer directly access. Another major pillar of the visit was defense collaboration. Instead of simply buying equipment, India and Russia are moving toward joint production under the Make in India framework. This focuses on engines, helicopters, spare parts, and future military systems. It ensures India's self-reliance while securing Russia's role as a key defense partner. This model not only modernizes India's capabilities, but also strengthens domestic manufacturing. It reduces foreign dependency and ensures that critical technologies are developed within India's borders. The visit also included discussions on nuclear energy cooperation, space research partnerships, Arctic exploration, cybersecurity frameworks, and expanding trade routes through the Northern Sea path. Yet, what made this visit especially important was timing. While the world was watching global conflicts, diplomatic tensions, and shifting alliances, Putin's physical presence in India was intended to signal that Russia retains significant geopolitical weight. The India-Russia partnership remains durable, despite pressure from multiple international actors. Historically, these two nations have maintained consistent ties. From the era of the Soviet Union to modern-day equations, this visit reaffirmed that the relationship is evolving, not shrinking. India balanced the meeting with its broader foreign policy approach. It maintains strategic autonomy, engaging with the US, Russia, and Europe on equal terms. It acts in its own national interest. The visit also highlighted India's emergence as a major diplomatic bridge between global blocs. This is an ability that only a handful of nations possess today. As trade targets are set to expand toward a $100 billion milestone, both nations see long-term value. Russia needs reliable partners in Asia, and India needs stable energy, diversified defense options, and new technological pathways. While critics interpret the visit through the lens of global politics, the deeper truth is that India's foreign policy has matured into a position where it can make choices not out of alignment pressure but out of strategic calculation. The symbolism of the visit was powerful. Two leaders reinforcing a partnership that spans decades, signaling to the world that their cooperation is not temporary. For viewers trying to decode the larger picture, this visit represents more than diplomatic photographs. It represents an international relationship entering its next chapter. This relationship is shaped by shifting power structures, economic realignment, and the rise of India as a global influencer. As the world watches how alliances reshape the coming decade, the India Russia relationship will remain one of the central factors shaping Asia's geopolitical landscape. Subscribe and follow Beyond Now India for the complete breakdown of this evolving partnership and the stories shaping our world.